Yeah.
All right. Good evening, everyone. It's 5:30 or yeah, it's 5:30. So we're going to go ahead and get started with the pre-commission agenda. I do not have a president's report today. Are there any general housekeeping items or discussion of the agenda from the commission? Okay, not seeing any, and I'll just mention we have Commissioner Nielsen online. I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to the director for his director's report then.
Hello, President Gold Commission. We're grateful for the opportunity to share with you some updates. One thing that I wanted to share just while on the slide, because I don't have a slide for it. We had this, I think it's pretty impressive. We received a comment today about some weeds that were in the right of way, and I sent out a message to the individual saying we'll take care of it. And he responded, yeah, they sure already did. Within the time that he responded that this was already taken care of. And I just love that about our team. Yes. I love that about our team, that they can be that responsive and they care that much to just get something done. It was a safety concern that was blocking visibility for a signal or for some stop signs and other things. And I just thought that was a pretty impressive example of the build approach. I wanted to share with you today the results of our May in Motion campaign. This is a campaign that's led by ACHD Commuter Ride, encouraging businesses to participate in the month of May to use a variety of methods to reduce the congestion on the roadways and look at alternative modes to do that. These are the results as far as ACHD goes and where we fell. And tomorrow we will be receiving platinum status. We achieved that again for many years in a row. That's been our team. I will give a lot of kudos to our Commuter Ride team who visited with a lot of members of our team to make sure that things got logged appropriately. But just some statistics there. We had 16% of our employees participate, and you see the amount who reported. They tracked at least 5 days throughout the month of May. 74 did that. You see the impact on reduction of greenhouse gases, as well as miles off the roadway, which is fantastic, as well as the savings there. Just a summary of how they got around from many riding bikes to carpooling. Our work from home program has a good impact on that, as well as a few took the bus and a few even walked to work. And so love our team for their participation there. If you are interested in participating tomorrow, we do have our celebration. It's at Jump in the Pioneer Room from 11:30 to 1. There's lunch provided, and as well as awards that will be there. And so you're more than welcome to come and celebrate with all the other businesses. I do have a friend who sent me a message halfway through the month about him bringing his llama to work, or taking his llama to work. So he said he didn't get arrested. So that was a good thing. But I love the creativity that this encourages. And our team, our Commuter Ride team, does a fantastic job at encouraging the best use of the roadways. Well, we wanted to share, and at this time of year, we get a lot of participation in a variety of community events. This is just our Meridian Dairy Days. This last weekend, we had one of our sweepers out there, and it looks like we may have had one of our junior team members in the vehicle with him. But the team does a great job, not only during the parades, but also in preparation for these major events. And it's a great opportunity to join with our community there. I know Shandy shared a little bit of this with you recently, but we do have an upcoming outreach to the Northwest Ada County, Northeast Canyon County area a special event called the Cone Zone Collective. This is ACHD, NAMPA, Meridian, ITD, and a list that I left over there of individuals all participating, and we're having had a space donated where we can bring people together and make sure that they have good information about all the construction that's occurring related to Highway 16, Meridian sewer projects. I know NAMPA has work out there as well, and ITD, so that and as well as ourselves. So this is a great event that's coming up, and invite you to participate if you like, but even more, we invite the public to come and learn about what is going on. So there will be booths by NAMPA, Meridian, Compass, ITD, our commuter ride, our stormwater, our facilities teams with respect to the U-Stick and the growth out in that area, our bridge inspection, pavement preservation teams, parametrics, the DMV will be out there, VRT, Durham School Services, NAMPA PD, and SWAT, and McIlvain. So not only us, but also the contractors and others who are working in that area. So lots of great activities going on there. Wanted to report back, our ACHD Connect has just hit a milestone of 1,000 plus ACHD Connects received, and 506 neighbors profiles that have been created. So that's as that system continues to grow, we're excited about that. Yes, it's going. Good job. And this is just our most recent promo. I think the team has done a great job and continuing to get the word out to demonstrate how this gives us opportunities. I've shared this with people. I've even used it recently to report something that I noticed in on a walk that I was on. So it's fantastic to how well this system is working and getting the communication out. Wanted to update you, our chip seal.
Madam President.
Yes.
Commissioner Pickering.
Yeah, sorry. Going back a slide. That's really exciting. Like you just like brushed past it. It's such a big deal. Like the rollout, the number of folks that are creating profiles. I just wanted to see if we're going to get a bigger presentation talking about the shift and like how it's working internally with process wise and efficiency, and what's kind of the plan to broaden this awareness of the new platform.
Madam President, Commissioner Pickering, we can definitely do that.
Thank you.
So update on our chip seal progress, and we're in the northwest area of the county, in Star and Eagle and a portion of Meridian. Here we have completed 131 lane miles chipped. Our goal this year was just a little over 300. So this is fantastic progress for this time of year, and the team is doing a great job. We've had wonderful weather cooperating with us, and I think they've enjoyed that and the good progress. We will be off for a check-in during the week of the 4th of July. We get out of the way of all the events that are going on there, but also give us a time to check in, do some safety review, some cleanup of equipment, and prep for the rest of the season. So, but great progress there on our chipping. Of course, that has to be followed by the sweeping and the fog seal and the paint. So it's not done once it's chipped, but there's lots of work still to be done, but good progress being made by our maintenance crews. I had the opportunity to spend some time out in Eagle just last week, and it truly was an amazing experience to watch the team and to see the coordination that they do. Wanted to share with you a project that's kind of been on our radar from a safety perspective for a while. This is the 16th and Washington project. This is a location where we did have a fatality here, and we looked at all the opportunities we can to improve this location. This is one of our first raised crossing location projects. And this is a location also where we removed the signals and added the RFB, and really believe that that's actually going to make a difference. And I drive this regularly, and I actually found myself looking ahead at the light and then found those bumps that really drew my attention back to where I was. And I really found I think that the outcome that we expected and wanted to come from this has definitely been the result. We are doing some coordination with the family who's working on a memorial there, and will be coming back with a possible event there. So just a few things coming up. We do have a tour with our local mayors of the TOC tomorrow. Currently, we only have 2 that have replied in the positive that they will be there, so it will be a small crowd, but Eagle and Star are those that have indicated they will be there. And then we have our luncheon as shared there, and a few different events coming up as mentioned there. Next week, just as a heads up, we don't have any items on the agenda, so there will not be a commission meeting next week. So enjoy your 4th of July holiday, and please have fun and be safe, as we encourage everyone during this time of year. And then coming up on the 24th of July will be our Neighborhoods in the Know budget open house. That will be the rollout of the initial drafts of our 5-year plan, and as well as the budget. So look forward to that event and sharing that with the community. And of course, we'll share that with you prior to that event, that time. So,
Madam President,
Yeah, Commissioner McKinney.
Director, on the Eagle Town Hall, will that meeting deal with or address the current changes that are happening in downtown Eagle with the construction and so on, or will it be limited to other issues?
and I'll just yes, we'll let Shandy answer that. Regularly, they have these town halls. The topic does often come up, but not necessarily, but hasn't been a focus at the last number of meetings, but that is something that does come up.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. So we always have a representative there because sometimes they'll give a little update and then there might be a couple of questions. So typically Erin, our business and community relations coordinator, goes to those just in case there's questions, but it is not one of the main topics.
Okay, great. Thank you.
With that, commissioners, I'll just stand for any questions.
Any questions? All right, thanks, Director. Great report.
Thank you.
All right, with that, we will be at ease until 6 o'clock. All right, good evening, everyone. It's now 6 o'clock. I'll go ahead and call the meeting to order. Thanks for joining us in person and online, and please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, the first item is to adopt the agenda. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second?
All right, we've got a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All right, seeing none, all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next up is the consent agenda. Items on the consent agenda are considered to be routine and will be enacted by one motion. There will be no separate discussion on these items unless a commissioner or citizen so requests, in which case the item will be removed from the consent agenda and placed on the regular agenda. All consent agenda items are commission action items unless noted. Is there a motion for the consent agenda?
Madam President,
Commissioner McKinney.
I move that we approve the consent agenda as presented.
Okay, there's a motion. Is there a second?
Second?
Okay. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. That moves us to the regular agenda. First item is the authorization order of condemnation, Cloverdale Road, Victory Road to Overland Road, project number 521052.001, parcel 7, property owner Leslie White. And welcome, Dave.
Thank you, Commissioner. Thank you, Madam President, Commissioners. For the record, David Serdar, right-of-way supervisor for the Ada County Highway District. This is a public hearing and condemnation briefing for a property on the Cloverdale Overland to Victory to Overland project. The parcel is referred to as the Leslie White property. This project is part of the ACHD's adopted 2025 to 2029 5-year plan. And construction is scheduled to begin in fiscal year 29. The property is located on just north of Victory Road there, up off of Peconic Drive, and also on Cloverdale. So it's on the east side of the road. This is a more close-up view of the property. The tan is roadbook right-of-way. The blue is our right-of-way requirement for the project. And the yellow hatching, which is a little bit hard to see there, the yellow's able to be seen, is the permanent easement. And then there's a kind of a light green right behind that, and that is our temporary construction easement.
Sorry, Dave, I just realized I did not open the public hearing, so I'll
Oh,
just go
I'm
ahead and
sorry.
do that. Okay, continue. Sorry about that.
Okay. The property size before the acquisition is 0.947 of an acre. The fee requirement is 0.083 of an acre. The permanent easement is 0.019 of an acre. And the TCE is 0.018 of an acre. ACHD originally mailed the offer in 2023, and the property owner rejected that offer, citing insufficient compensation. ACHD requested a personal contact with the property owner and received no response. In September of 2024, ACHD sent a new offer package due to a design change on the project. We did confirm that the owner did receive that package. However, all attempts to contact and discuss with the property owner have been unsuccessful. It is staff recommendation that the commission declare the acquisition area as necessary for the project as a right-of-way for public use, authorize staff to proceed with the condemnation action, execute an order of condemnation for the acquisition area. I will remain standing for any questions.
Commissioner Goldthorpe.
Yes, thank you. Dave, with the amount of property that we're taking, I really didn't have a very good view of how close the road is going to be to their front door and things like that. Can you tell me a little about that?
Madam President, Commissioner Goldthorpe, 1 second. It's 30 feet from house.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions? Okay.
Oh,
Madam-
one other.
Oh.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Is this an absentee owner or does the owner live there?
Commissioner McKinney?
Well, yeah, my concerns were similar with Commissioner Goldthorpe because the view that we had, that kind of
This one?
10,000 foot view, yeah, it's kind
Yeah.
of hard to see because it looks like it's awfully close. Is that the blue area? That's the right of way, but where is the road actually? Is that showing where the road is actually going to end? Is that going to be the edge of the roadway or the edge of the sidewalk, I guess?
Madam President, Commissioner McKinney, let me clarify a couple of things here. The two hatched areas are actually not part of our fee acquisition.
Right.
So that's kind of creeping in there a little bit, making it look closer. The road would be, and I don't have the exact measurement in front of me, but the road would be in that blue area, at least 2 feet. Road being also the sidewalk or the pathway would be at least 2 feet inside of that blue, the actual sidewalk.
Okay, so does this plan call for detached multi-use pathways? Is that what the plan is for this roadway section?
Madam President, Commissioner McKinney, it's a 5-foot buffer.
Okay, so there's a 5-foot buffer, and then is it a 10-foot multi-use pathways that we have? So the clearance from the roadway to the house, you indicated to be 30 feet, but 15 feet of that will be taken up with the pathway and the buffer. Is that accurate? And where does,
Madam,
For the record, Michelle Light, right-of-way agent. The back of the right-of-way to the house is 30 feet. So it'll be at least 32 feet from the back of the sidewalk to the house.
okay, so if we're talking about the curb, then from the curb to the back of the sidewalk is about 15 feet. So from the back of the curb then to the house, you're saying it's going to be about 45 feet?
Correct.
Or actually, I guess, is there another 2 feet in there? So, okay. All right, because I have to admit, looking at this overhead view, it looks a lot tighter than that. So is that a plan sheet you have in front of you? Does it show what you're talking about in a little more detail? Or is it visible on that?
Yes, you can see
Yeah, I would appreciate if we could look at that. Pass it on to Stacy, or I guess I can take it here, whichever way you like to do it.
That we can show Commissioner Nielsen.
Thank you.
It is in the packet. Okay, yeah.
Okay. So I'll pass that down so everyone can take a look at it. That's a much better view than this overhead.
Commissioner Goldthorpe?
Yeah, I've got another question came to mind. We're watching where the blue is on this particular parcel. And if you look to the north, which is down a couple more parcels below it looks to me like the dwellings or barns or whatever they are much closer than the one in the parcel we're talking about. Have we already negotiated something with those parcels, or is that something we've still got to worry about?
Madam President, Commissioner Goldthorpe, you're talking the 1, 2 down, is that, or
Yes.
2 and 3?
Yes.
So just above there. These two.
Cool. Thank you.
Okay, any other questions?
Nope.
All right. Do we have anybody who's signed up in person or online to speak on this item? Okay, seeing none, then I will close the public hearing. Is there a motion?
Yes.
Commissioner Goldberg.
Yes, Madam President, I would move that we authorize the order of condemnation for the Cloverdale Road property, Overland Road project 521-052-001 parcel 7.
Okay, we've got a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, is there any other discussion? Okay, seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, that moves us to discussion items and public communications. Do we have anybody who would like to address the commission at this time? Welcome. Please come up to the podium and state your name and address for the record.
My name is Stacy Williams-Smith, aka McGee, and my address, is that what you said?
Mhm.
1444 North Harem Way, Kuna, Idaho.
Okay.
I'm here to ask a few questions and to maybe, I guess, learn how the system goes a little bit. So my goal here is to keep this current house erect, which is at 767 North Linder Road, and you guys are doing the project. And this house is on the corner of Boise Avenue and North Linder Road. I should have given you a map. I'm learning a lot from what everybody is showing you today. So as far as I know, the reason for having this house demoed was that there was going to be a roundabout put there, and then the plans have changed. And then also a gas facility was going to be placed, I'll show you, in this southeast corner. And I had I had heard back from Reed when he was with you guys that the reason why this was a dead project is because of the driveway. And we've kind of decided, like, if maybe we could park the cars differently, the house being so close to that corner wouldn't be a problem. And then I've called Intermountain Gas. I've spoke to them. They were out at the property the other day. And I've discussed with them a little bit to see if we couldn't alternately move the gas facility that's going on that property. I think initially it was going to go in the southwest corner for the back of the property. There is plenty of room for it to go in the front of the property. And when Intermountain Gas was there, they said that they would prefer to have that at the road side, not having to go back. And I don't have all of the information. I've just spoken and kind of got little pieces here and there. But ultimately, my goal would be to see if we could arrange things to have the gas facility placed at a different spot on that property then, and then I'd be allowed to purchase the property. And I understand that the neighbor has first option to buy, and he has said that he would work with me, or I read that I would have to satisfy the commission and the public, and I'd be happy to do that. I just don't know what to do. So that's why I'm here in front of you. I have spoke with Carrie and Dave, and they've been filling me in on kind of how things work, and so that's why I'm here today.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much for coming and speaking to the commission. Diane, are you gonna connect with her and answer her question? Or do you guys have any questions for her about this? No? Okay. Yeah, I think just in terms of learning more about the process and potential options, Diane can help you with that. And then we can, figure out next steps from there. But appreciate you coming and sharing.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
One thing I'd like to add,
Commissioner Goldthorpe.
I'd love to be in the loop on this one because it looks like it's kind of fascinating to me.
Good.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you, Stacy. All right, well, with that, if there's no other comments, oh, you do? Okay, please come up. Yeah. Yeah, please come up and state your name and address for the record.
My name is Remy. It's not really anything particular. I just got some special cookies for you guys, and they're over in the bag. If you guys would take the whole box home, please do. I made like 40 of them. I really appreciate it. I don't need this many sweets. So
Now, those cookies are in the shape of this house, right?
yes, they are.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, if there's no other public comment, then the meeting is adjourned. We do have an executive session and we will see you all in 2 weeks.